Hello, welcome to the cast of Into the Cardgeon developer walkthrough. This is a game made by Team Intuit Softworks that comprises myself, Tom, the project manager, Ken, the technical director, and John, the QA guru. So I'm just going to be running through the game and talking about various features that are present in this build. So first of all, we've got our settings menu, in which we can change the volume. Pretty cool. So before I go into the game, I should note that for various reasons, this game is unfinished in a few areas. For example, in this build, the spell system doesn't seem to be working correctly. I'm going to probably add a video on with the Unity build after this build walkthrough, just to showcase what it would look like. As well, there's some problems with the UI and the player damage and the enemy damage. So if I just go here, so you can move the player, with the mouse. If my mouse is a bit awkward, that's just because I'm having to use my laptop's mouse in a minute, unfortunately. So you can get them, and the idea is you should be able to pick up that card. The enemies have three states. They're patrolling, which they are right now. If we get close enough, they'll eventually chase the player, and they'll be able to attack the players as well. So just kill a few of these. We've also got our goblin enemy. Again, these enemies should not be dying one hit. That's just an unfortunate error, whereas wrong value's been typed in in the code, unfortunately. But it should roughly be 3 hits for the slime enemies, the bounce enemies you see, 4 hits for the goblins, 5 enemies for the knights, which you're going to see momentarily. Right there, in fact. So they have their own attack animations. Not sure why we're not taking any damage, but that should be working. Got our new environment here. The idea is to kill all of the enemies. Oh, to damage finally. The idea is to take all the enemies out using melee combat and the spell cards you find throughout the level. And once you've done that, the idea is then you would move on to the next level. Fortunately, we couldn't get the other one that was done, so now all we've done is build victory screen and you can turn to the main menu. So there's the client. Just need to find out the rest of these guys. Should probably only be 1 or 2 left. There you are. Ooh, there's still one more. Anyway, I think you get the idea. And so then the idea would be you would defeat all the enemies and you'd load into the next area. So now I'm going to show you a Unity build just to showcase the features that, for some reason or another, whether it just be due to the build problem or a GitHub problem, it's not present in this build. So we have our Unity build, and I shall showcase mainly the spell system. So if I pause here, we've got inventory. You get 2 cards by default, which you can assign into here. Press the hotkey, and you can fire the spell. If we just defeat a few enemies here and pick up the cards, you can see they do load into this inventory, and we can fire them as intended. But yes, so the spell cards are a mixture of projectile attacks and some passive buffs. Some can increase the player's max health. Some can, I believe, increase the player's speed. And there's 3 different elements of projectile attacks we have. So we have fire. The idea for that was to be pure damage. We have ice. The idea for that was to slow enemies down, using a centralized character stat script that works for both the enemy and the player. So we just literally just alter the movement speed variable, put it into a method that slows it down 30 seconds and restores it to its original value. So I believe it's 3 seconds if I remember correctly, the enemy slows down for, and it's a 50% reduction. And then there's the wind spell, which unfortunately had to be omitted because the idea of that was to push the enemy back as soon as it made contact with them, but for some reason or another I just could not get it to push back, which I suspect is an issue with the enemy's rigid body and the AI pathing. Did work on it for a few weeks, but I just couldn't get it working, so I had to cut, unfortunately. But that is the spell system in play, which I'm not terribly sure why it couldn't be in the build, so we do apologise for that. But that's been our developer walkthrough. Thank you for watching.